Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's tutorial. And in today's tutorial we'll be learning how to make this monostrap blouse with a one sleeve and a banded hand or cape. And if this is something you'd like to learn, let's just get right into the video. But before we do that, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and turn on your notification. So I'm working directly on the fabric and I've gone ahead to add gum stay to it. So I'm going to rule a line which is going to serve as my starting line or our shoulder line. And after doing that, we start taking our vertical measurements, which are from our shoulder to our bust point, under bust, our half cut or waistline, full length of the blouse, and of course I added 2 inches for allowance of our blouse, though we are still going to trim that up to get our exact length. And the length of our blouse is 23 inches. So I'm just going to rule all of these lines so we see our lines. After doing that, from the bust point we are going to come up by 2 inches, which is 7 as our chest line or our armhole line. We're going to rule, and after that on the chest line we're marking our shoulder measurement divided by 2. So I'm just taking the labels which I stated earlier for you guys. So after doing that, we're just going to connect our shoulder measurement down to the chest line, just like so. And then for our neck, we're using the standard neckline, which is 3 by 3, 3 width and 3 depth. And then after taking a square, we're going to make a curve. Now, because our shoulders are not straight, we're taking a shoulder slant of 1 inch, is taking it to the neckline, and whatever we have, we're just going to divide into 2 and create our mark, and then come in by 0.75. And on the chest line, we're going to mark our bust measurement divided by 4. And then we're going to connect all of these lines together, meeting with the slanted shoulder line. So now on the bust line, we're going to do our nipple to nipple divided by 2 plus half inches, while on the under bust we're going to minus that half inches, and then we take it all the way down to the full length of the blouse. So from the under bust we're making a straight line and then a slant curve from the bust point, which is going to meet with that 0.75 inches, I mean, like the part which we divided into 2, which is the 0.75 inches. So because I am busty, from my under bust I'm going to mark 2.5 inches, just like so, all the way down to the end part of the blouse, because we want to create the side of the blouse. So I'm using the deepest part of my curve. You can as well use your free hand, because this part is the part that contains most of the boobs. So we're just going to connect just like so, and you can see our princess darts. So after doing that, the next thing we're going to do, because we've taken our bust divided by 4, we're just going to add our sewing allowance to it. Sometimes it's better we have excess on it so we can trim off. And then on the waistline, we're just going to mark our waist measurement plus the 2.5 inches that, and then we're going to add our sewing allowance. And after that, the next thing for the side flare, not really side flare, like a small conical shape at the side, we're just going to come in by 2 inches, come out by 2 inches, and then we're going to take the curve, meeting with the waistline, just like so. So we are done with our front drafting, and then we're just going to cut out. So we are using this front because it's not a drafted sheet. We're using this front again to cut our back. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So on, we're taking out the neck and then also our slanted shoulder. So this is what we have. This is our front bodice. So we're introducing a fresh material, and then I'm placing the center front on it, leaving about 2 inches or 1.5, which is going to serve as the zipper. And then on the waistline, I'm going to come in by 0.75, which is going to serve as our dart on the zipper. And then we are replacing it back again on the other side, and then taking it to the armhole, because we don't want it to be bulging. If we don't do that, you see our zipper will not relax very well. So we have our center front and also our center back. So we're just going to slant just like so. And also for the side front and the side back, I'm using the same, but now for the side back, it does not have a bust. So just watch what I'm doing. I'm just going to curve this bust part out of it, and every other thing is basically the same thing. So we're just going to cut out just like so, and then we have both our back and our front. You can see how easy it is to do. So I'm just creating some notches, so I'm going to know where my wording is going to be, because we are definitely going to pad this, and whatever you've cut out for your main material, it's exactly what you're going to do for your lining. So for the skirt, we're just folding our fabrics into two. This is for the front side, and then drawing the line which is going to serve as our waistline. We're adding a band to it, but because of that, we're minusing two, so we can get the full length, minus 2 to get the full length. So at this point you can determine how skimpy or long you want your skirt to be. So after marking the full length of our skirt just like so, and then adding about 1 inches for turn up, we're just going to take our waist measurement divided by 4, and then we'll add our sewing allowance, and then minus 2 to get our hip line, which is 8 inches, and then take our hip measurement on that point plus 2 inch sewing allowance. And we're just going to, on the end parts, that's waist hip measurement divided by 4, that is what exactly we're going to take on the end part of the skirt. So we'll just connect so we can have the curve. You can see how it is. So after doing that, for the waistline, we're just going to do our nipple to nipple divided by 2. We're marking that there for our skirt dart. So now we have our front skirt, and we're going to notch our dart. So for the back, we're just replacing this on a new fabric sheet, but the difference is we have a zipper spacing, as you can see the excess in front. So but another thing for the back is we're just going to step down by 0.575. The reason we're doing this is because we want the back to lap very well, the zipper to sit very well, and will make our slant and open. And this is all for the skirts. You can cut your lining just as we did for our upper body. So this is what we have. So we can now go ahead to pad our upper bodies, and then this is what we have after padding our upper bodies and also joining our lining. So like I told you, this is a monostrap blouse, and we're using our freehand, and I don't want it to be too exposing. So we're just going to check for our under bust and all of that. So I'm marking my chest line at this point, but if you are working on yours, please don't, although I still came up by 1 inches. Now when you're using your freehand, you don't have to be cutting everything one at the point. So when you want to cut whatever your bust point is, you can come up by 2 inches and start trimming gradually, because you're using your freehand. It's not like when you're using a drafting sheet for it and you can redraft. This is, your material. So now I'm just going to mark 9 inches, which is above an inch above my chest line. I'm going to mark 9 inches. You have to do that because you don't want it to be too exposing. And one of the shoulder, you can see it's around the neckline. And while cutting, please don't go below your arm, or else you will just expose your body. And when you are cutting your mono strap, the bust part is the part that gets, like the chest part is the part that get the deepest part, and then you connect it to your neck. If anything goes beyond your 3 inches neckline, that's why you see that the one shoulder sleeve always does not sit very well. So you just have to trim gradually, just like so, and then you have your mono strap. Please, it is better to be trimming, like 0.25 gradually. Whatever you are doing, you check your neckline and also your armhole, else it will not sit very well for you. So after doing that, you can see what we have. So I'm just going to go ahead and also trim for our lining. Like I said, if you're working with your freehand, take your trimming one step at a time. Don't trim too much. So after that, you can also see an opening around the shoulder. So from the neckline, we're coming in by 1.5 inches, and for the opening, I'm using about 2 inches, or yes, 2 inches, or 1.75. So by the time you join with your lining, and then I'm just making the curve. So this depends on how you want it to be, if so revealing, so deep, but you have to be careful how you do this, because you have to join your sleeve as well, so you don't have to chop off all your fabric. So this is what we have, about 2 inches opening. So we're just going to check, and then this is the curve. Sorry, my chalk isn't showing, but you see when I am cutting it out. So if you want yours to be very deep, at this point you can determine how deep you want it to be. So we're just going to cut that. And remember, whatever you are doing for your main material, you are doing as well for your lining, because else they will not work perfectly together. So I'm just doing exactly what I did on the main material back on my lining. I'm just going to cut open just like so. So now, after doing that, the next thing we're going to do is turning. So whatever you are cutting, it's freehand tutorial, I mean freehand cutting. So you just have to be easy with it, like pinch it off. So now we're just going to turn with our lining this opening just like so. And after doing that, this is it. Now it's a mono strap, so we are going to definitely, this is what it looks like. We're going to do that for the back as well. So we are taking our back, and this is where drafting comes beautifully, because you don't have to waste so much of your fabric, because now I have to cut the back. It's a mono strap blouse, so the back also needs to have that one hand. So you're just going to place the back on the front just like so, so you know the shoulder which you are cutting. Don't just use your imagination. And when you are cutting this mono strap, please don't dip your armhole. You carefully just follow your armhole, and you are going to place it right side facing each other. That's when you are going to know which of the shoulder you are working on. So now when you are cutting, you will just place your lining as well, because like I said, both the main material and the lining, they are working together. So whatever you are doing, when you are cutting from the armhole, you can see, and then to the neck, don't go above the neck and don't go below the armhole, except when you know you don't have your exact armhole, because if you go below your armhole, you just see that it will not sit around your armhole. And if you go above your neckline, which we took, which was the 3 by 3, you'll see that it's not going to sit very well for you. So I'm checking for the armhole at this other side. You can see why I actually trimmed off. So if you don't check all of that, you will have so much opening around your armhole. Now for the opening around the down part of the blouse, we're just going to fold that blouse into two and create a notch. There is a V at that point. We're just going to create a notch and then rule a straight line meeting with the notch, because we want it to be, this is the V, because we want it to be at the center point. So let's say I made an opening of, okay, yeah, I made an opening of about 2 inches from the side, from the midpoint. So we're just going to open just like so, and then get the V. So for those who would want to bead, so after doing this, that's when you go ahead and bead. So now at this point, you're just going to close, and please don't forget to close the one-sided part of the side that has the band. Don't forget to close that part. So remember I said we have about 2 inches extra allowance, so we're just going to take that off at this point, and then check if every other measurement, like our body measurement plus allowance, is there. You're just going to check that, and then trim off whatever at this point. Like for the front part, like I have everything I wanted, and then you're just going to trim off, so you get your exact blouse length. Don't forget to do this part, else you'll end up having a long blouse. So we're just going to close just like so, close the side, and also close the mono strap side, like the opened part. So now exactly what we did for the front, we are just going to do that for the back. We're just going to check to see the excess that we have. So for the back, we had about 1 inch excess, so we're just going to trim off. It's always nice to have this excess allowances, so than to have a shortage. When you have an excess, it's just for you to trim off. so that way you know that you have exactly the length of your blouse without ruining your blouse. So this is what we have. We're just going to join the back and the front together. We're basically almost done at this point, so we're just going to place our shoulder just like so, and then we join. Remember, one side has a sleeve. So now for the skirts, this is it after I've gone ahead to turn our lining. So we'll go ahead to close for our dart. Remember the dart, and then come down by 5 inches. And then for the back, because there is a zipper, you are going to mark your zipper before you go ahead to add your nipple to nipple. Then from there you can now create your dart and come down by 6 inches or 5 inches. After doing that, we're just going to add our band. Whichever way you do add your band, you're just going to add your band for the front and also for the back. So now for our one-sided sleeve, we'll just mark the length of our sleeve and then come down and mark our bicep line. And after marking our bicep, the bicep is around the Christian mother, then we mark our elbow and then our ankle. So for the shoulder line of the sleeve, we're going to mark our armhole divided our armhole measurement there, and then for the bicep we're going to mark our round bicep measurements divided by 2 plus 1 inch. Then for the ankle the same thing, and then the elbow as well, we're going to do the same thing. So we're just going to connect just like so, and then take it to the ankle just like so. And after doing that, to get our sleeve curve, either you use your free hand, you can just use your free hand and go down by like 2 inches, or you can just make a slant from the bicep meeting with the starting point of the sleeve. Then you divide into two just like so. Whatever you have left, you're still going to divide the end part into two again just like so, and then come up with about 1 inches, and then you now make your curve. So I worked with the second one. So we're just going to cut out our sleeve just like so. You can see how it is. So this is for the sleeve. Like I said, you're still just going to check if your round armhole is complete at this point. If it is not, you can just shift a little bit, but I'm sure you'll have what you're looking for. So we're just going to cut out just like so, and then make our notch. So now for our blouse, you know that we have like a band. So we're just going to check, to know what we have around the band, so we'll know what we are cutting, from our extension. But whatever you are cutting, you are just going to leave your zipper, because it's not going to enter down to the zipper. And then you just take your measurement around just like so until you get back to the other part of the zipper. I had 40 inches. So there is nothing serious about the band which I did. I just folded like a band just like so. A band, depending on how bold, how tiny, or whichever way you want it to be. But I worked with something around 5 inches. So I'm just going to cut. And when you are joining this band, you're not just going to join straight, you're just going to join from the inside, and then you flip to the front part, so you have that neat base. I don't know if you understand. And then, like I said, I had 40 inches all round, but that's not the 40 inches. Your band is supposed to be longer than that because of the extra hand opening which we have. So this is the 40 inches, and then whatever is left will be for this falling band. So after doing that, we're basically done with this tutorial. This is what it looks like after I'd gone ahead to join my sleeve, join the band. This is the opening. So you go ahead to join your zipper. And then for the sleeve, we have another band on it. So for that band for the sleeve, you're just going to join it just like so, and then meeting with the front, so the front has the opening. So this is what our blouse looks like. If you have stayed till the end of this tutorial, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, because so many beautiful videos will be coming your way. So for now, bye for now, and I will see you definitely in my next video.